Hey, outdoorsnists. It's that time of year again. Spring. I have it on good authority that the ramps are up, so I'm in my my ramp patches. We're gonna see if that's the case down here in southern Vermont. I couldn't get in here the way I normally get in here because they're doing some work near it, but I was able to go around, so no big deal. Temporary obstruction. Anyway, ramp patch is up ahead. And if we're really lucky, we might see some very early morels. It's pretty early for those, but I don't think it'd be too crazy if we found one. So we're gonna get across the stream without getting our feet wet. See how well that. I don't know where that. Alright, I made it across without getting wet, so that's a very good sign. Alright, let's see what the woods has for us today. They are indeed up. So there's a little patch. Where are some others? There's some others over there. I'm waiting for the big patch. Not because the ramps are any better, but I've been told by people who do this more than I do, it's best to like pick around the edges of an established patch, or maybe not the edges per se, but it's best to pick at an established patch. Let the little ones kind of propagate. From what I'm told, it takes a ramp a very long time to grow. So let's put stress on a bigger patch that can handle it, and hopefully over the years that one will get bigger. Blowdowns galore. I think maybe a couple videos ago I mentioned that some windstorms had did their thing in the various places we like to frolic, and sometimes we gotta find new ways around things. I actually think that's kind of old though. I've been there before. Some of this stuff though might be new. I know that tree isn't. That one way up there. I've skunned my back on that one a couple times. Ow, tripping over him now. All right. Let's see if I can get into that tree without injuring myself. Some days I just go around the darn thing. There's a duck up there. I did it. Normally I come up too soon and I lose some skin on the back of my head or my shoulders. Not this time though. Alright, we're almost there. Alright, we've come to the ramp patch. Now, if you ever want to identify a ramp, here's how you do it. Note the color, shape of the leaf. They grow in little bundles like this. When you see one little collection, you tend to see more. Stem could be a little red. You'll notice there's no stem coming out of it. This early in the season, if you see a plant that looks like this and it's got a little stem coming out of the middle, it's probably a lily of the valley. And you would not want to eat that because it would make you sick. And then the other way you tell if you got a ramp is you break off the tip of a leaf, smell it. If it smells kind of like onion garlic, you taste it. And if it tastes like that, it's probably a ramp. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come through and I'm only gonna take one leaf from each plant. Like that. Over here, up one there. I use these, you don't really need that intense clippers. I bought these just because these can clip other things too, so I grabbed them. Anyway, I'm gonna fill that little basket, and that's gonna be enough to make probably some pesto, which is what I just saw something move over there. That could have been anything. It doesn't work. Anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna take one leaf from each plant, kind of spread it out a little bit so I'm not bothering one area too hard. You can dig them up from the base, like the bulbs, eat the bulbs. I'm not gonna do that because I don't really care for them that much. I didn't bring anything to dig with. Usually probably later I'll come back, I'll dig some, pickle them or whatever. You can chop, use them like any would, an onion or whatever. Normally I don't like onions, but I like the flavor of ramps, or wild leeks as they're called. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna get to doing that because frankly, unlike mushroom hunting where you maybe find a couple mushrooms here and there, you pick them and you move on. Once you find a giant patch of ramps, you got nothing to do but sit there and clip ramps until you're full. It's kind of tedious, to be perfectly honest. Like, I like ramps, but the harvesting isn't super fun, I'll say that. I'll say that much. Anyway, I'm gonna get to it. That's enough for the moment. I'm gonna go further down, see what's there, and maybe grab a few more on my way back, but that's plenty to do what I want with. Wanted to show you a couple things. See, the tips have been nibbled. I don't know what would have done that. Probably maybe a deer or something, I don't know. Like, none of the other ones had that. You'd think they'd come through and do it to them all, but it's just a couple patches. The other thing I wanted to mention was I said they come up in 2. I've seen a few. 3. There we go. See? 1, 2, 3. I almost think I saw a couple had 4 in here, but you won't find more than 4, really. I'm not too sure about the 4th. There's one other thing I wanted to show. I don't know if there's one right in front of me, so we have to go walk over here. Alright, I wanted one with a flower coming out of it, but this will do. See that? It's a trout lily. You can tell by the dapple on the leaf. Sometimes they have little yellow flowers that come out of those. You can eat trout lily, I'm told, but why would you? Something else neat about ramps I've occasionally seen them do. Some of them come up between an old leaf and they end up with like a collar here. And I'll probably break out of it at some point, but when I see it, I usually just do it myself. So. Anyway, let's head up that way, and if we're extra special, super lucky, maybe we'll find a morel, but I doubt it. It's kind of early for that. So. That's definitely new. Examine what's going on in here. Oh, look at that. Yeah, hollow. Hollow as can be. Come down over there. That would burn really good. Very dry. But I don't know if you would have known that tree was dead, because look at the top. There's some green on it. I think this was always like this. At least being down isn't new. When the water gets lower, I gotta come back here fishing. Probably wouldn't do too bad here. Anyway, oh yeah, I forgot to say, where we're going, we might see some fiddleheads too, but it might be early for those also. Because there's like when I came in, there's usually like 2 or 3 fiddlehead plants, and I didn't see any. So that would make me inclined to think there might not be any in here at all. Now I remember last year when I came in here and I found a bunch of morels. I found them right there. But I had to look under a lot of vegetation. Like a lot of green. And as we can see, there's not a lot of green. So I'm inclined to think we're probably not going to find any morels today. We're low morels, you might say. There's a beer can. That's always nice to find. What's that? There's something interesting over there. Let's go look at it. Huh. I didn't know that was there. I've been through here a lot too. That might be new, or it could be I've just noticed it. Actually, I'm going to lean towards I just noticed it. These rocks look like they've been there a while. It looks like nothing's been burned there for a bit. There's another little fire pit sort of on that raised path there. I think it's down that way a little bit, but, or maybe I passed it, I'm not sure. But people do come in here and they do have little campfires now and again, it looks like. Which is fine by me. What do we got here? Trash. Some coffee mug. What's that stuff? Green up day is coming soon, so maybe I'll come through here with a trash bag and grab what I can grab. Green up day, if you don't know, is like this Vermont holiday where they distribute bags and volunteers, people go around and they just pick up their roadsides and things like that. It's a cool little tradition. Anyway, okay. Those are the fiddlehead ferns. See how the brown is. These are all going to be fiddleheads soon. They're a little early for me, so I'm going to leave these. And maybe I'll come back next weekend, and they should be up more. Well, maybe I'll come back in a couple days just to check. I'm not like an expert on them, so I really couldn't tell you like how many days they are away from being prime harvesting. Oh, like an elf cup. Not edible, but they look cool. At least I don't think they're edible. I've never heard anyone say they are. I've found morels in here before, but I'm obviously not seeing any now. And frankly, I kind of don't expect to. I'd be pretty shocked at the moment if I were to come across one. Because like I said, usually when I'm finding those, there's more green. And it's also closer to like the middle of May, whereas we're not even done with April yet. So. Oh, here's some ferns. Those are not the kind you want to eat. I don't think they'll do anything to you if you eat them, but then again, I don't know that. So. Anyway, you can see there's some rain here. So. Quite often, morels, ramps, trout lilies, fiddleheads, they all tend to grow in the same kind of habitat. So if you see one, there's a good chance you'll see the others at some point. Not today, obviously. Anyway, I gotta get up on my plants because that might be something edible if that is what I think it is. And I've come by this other plant here that also might be edible if I can identify it properly. But that's the trick. It's identifying it. Yeah, also you see this kind of tree, that color, that kind of bark, that tends to be where you find morels and ramps and things like that. So. Not completely sure the name of it, but maybe someone watching this who knows their trees can shed some light on the situation. Drop something. Anyway, let's head down to the end and then come back. Lovely day out, I'll say that. All right, I've shifted the cans and bottles to my backpack so I had more room for ramps. I picked a few more out of here. No sign of any morels. I was hoping, because you know they can be pretty elusive. They can be tricky. They hide very well. So anyway, I think I'm gonna head back. We'll film if we see anything interesting. But I think also what I want to do is there's this other place I know where I can find a type of morel. It's called a half-free morel. Alright, so let's head back to the house. We'll drop off the ramps and then I'll go check on that other spot I was just talking about with the half-free morels. It might be way too early for them too, but lately I've been coming up on them pretty late, so maybe if I go earlier than I think, I'll get it just perfect. Who knows? Probably won't find anything, that'd be my guess, but see what happens. I'm 90% certain that's Japanese knotweed. It's extremely invasive and you can totally eat it. I'm not gonna pick it today. Because one, I want to go make sure I can identify it correctly. Like I said, 90% sure, but I like to be 100%. So. But anyway, I do know whatever that is grows a lot down there. And it also grows up where we came in. And that reminds me, I really wanted to do a lot of harvesting of that this year because I've been meaning to do it, but it grows very fast, and by the time I think to do it, it's a little old. So I know what I'm doing this afternoon. I'm gonna go home, brush up on my Japanese knotweed, and hell, maybe tomorrow we can come out and cook a bunch of it. I don't know. Pretty sure that's a new blowdown too. Look at those roots. Must have seen that when I came in, I just didn't really note it. Yeah, ripped it right out. Rock stuck in there. Huh. I don't know if that guy's new or not. Yeah, this whole channel now is just me cataloging tree blowdowns. Does that sound good? Oh, this was the fabric that I was talking about. I kind of use that as a signpost, although I'm almost at it. But I don't really need it anymore. So I can tell by that log. That's the one I always skin my back on, remember? Anyway. Yeah, what do you think, folks? Channel devoted just to cataloging trees that blew down. Be pretty specialized. I got a feeling that guy's gonna come down next. That one of the old dead one? Right on the top of that hill? That guy looks like he halfway came down already. I'll call the channel Logarithms. So, you know what I do want to do real quick? Since it's so close to camping season, I want to go see how the road to the Camp Kelly area looks. I wonder if they have it closed, and I wonder if it's too muddy to drive down, and I wonder if anybody's actually camping there this time of year. So let's take a quick detour and check that out. Womp womp. Okay, so yeah, the road's closed. That's fine. I figured that might be the case. Anyway, let's go back and do what I was originally gonna do. One more little detour. I've been, just because I'm out this way. It's another camping area, maybe. You gotta go down this road. You gotta go to the right. Anyway, I don't know what we're gonna find down here. If it's even passable or blocked off, so I'm gonna focus on this for now. The road's closed. Well, that was easy. Okay, I'll turn around and get out of here. These people don't seem very friendly. Okay, yeah, apparently that's a national forest road, and I guess there's camping up there, but obviously not right now, so I didn't want to check it out just because I was down here. Alright, time to get out of here. Alright, where I wanted to go is blocked, but I can get there from further away. So let's do that. It's windy and cold up here. It looks like it might rain soon. So I'm already second guessing this decision, but let this guy get out of here. We're gonna head up the Bats Trail and head down that way, and that'll take us to where I want to get to. The way you'd normally access it is closed because they're doing some kind of construction, but they've been doing that for like a year now. It's getting old. Check that out. That's a sweet ride. I want one of those. Anyway, let's get going. I don't want to dilly-dally. Alright, we're here where I wanted to be, looking for half-free morels. You'll find them in the these thick areas here. Anyway, we're going to pay attention to where we are because it's easy to get kind of turned around here. Like, you don't really get lost because it's a small area, but when I head back, I don't want to be playing around. I want to get straight back. I want to try to find the path or something like that. So I'm going to just look through here where I usually see those mushrooms. If I see them, great. If not, we'll definitely be back later in the season. All right, I am not spotting any of those half-free morels. I didn't really think I would, so that's okay. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back because it's the wind's picking up and might well rain before we get back. I don't know. I'd rather not get wet today. That is called a false morel. There's another one right there. Now, to me, they don't look anything like morels, but I guess if you'd never heard of either, you could confuse the two pretty easily. Some people say you can eat certain types of these, but I wouldn't even go there, because from what I understand, it's very difficult to tell the ones you can eat from the ones you can't. But there's another one over here. If there anymore. They share the same habitat, so you see any of them. Yeah, this isn't really a guide channel, so I would encourage you to look up the difference. But the differences are pretty, you can tell. Like, if I showed you two side by side, you would never confuse one for the other. Well, that's really neat. I kind of like finding them, even though you can't eat them. Yeah. Not much else to say about it, really. Alright, we're back. So, I think that was an excellent start to the spring foraging season. Only the ramps are up. Saw some false morels, which is a sign that the morels aren't far behind. Saw the fiddleheads just starting to come up again. Maybe another week they'll be up. Get some of those. I want to find a bigger patch for fiddleheads, because I can get right now from where I showed you, it's like maybe a handful, which is good for a little stir fry, but yeah, anyway. So I think that is the video. Like and subscribe, and we'll be doing a lot more foraging this spring.